Today we're going to look at the world's most amazing book. What is the most amazing book in the world? What makes a book the most amazing? Is it the fact that the book feels amazing when it deeply connects with the reader through story, characters, and emotional impact? It's not just about clever writing or a thrilling plot. It's about resonance, the way a book lingers in your mind long after you've closed it. Key elements of an amazing book include things: does it have a compelling hook? The opening must grab attention immediately, whether it's a striking first line or an intriguing scene. Does it have memorable characters? Readers fall in love with or love to hate characters who feel real, layered, and dynamic. Is there an emotional connection? A great book makes you feel something: joy, sadness, wonder, or even discomfort. That emotional bond is what makes it unforgettable. What about strong themes? Books that explore universal ideas like love, loss, identity, or justice resonate across cultures and generations. Does it immersive world building? Whether it's supernatural, historical, or contemporary, the setting should feel alive and believable. What about unique voice and style? An author's distinctive way of telling the story, tone, rhythm, or perspective, can elevate even a simple plot. And what about lasting impact? The best books stay with you, influencing how you think, sparking reflection, or even changing your worldview. Another factor to consider is the book fact or fiction? For sure, if it's fiction, anything can be conjured up to make a masterpiece. But how much more amazing should it be based on facts? You may ask, what makes a story factual? Key factors here would be things like accuracy. Events, dates, names, and details are correct and can be verified. Evidence-based, supported by documents, eyewitness accounts, or reliable sources. Objectivity, presented without distortion, exaggeration, or invention. Real people and events. Characters are actual individuals, and the narrative reflects what truly happened. Consistency, facts align with established knowledge and don't contradict reality. Transparency, sources are cited or acknowledged, showing where the information comes from. What if one book ticks all the boxes and more? A book beyond the realm of possibility with no other book to match it or even come close to it. What about a book so deadly accurate in its predictions that it makes Nostradamus look like a novice? A book that contains about 2,500 predictions or prophecies, with roughly 2,000 of them already being fulfilled. That almost sounds too good to be true, but indeed is, and that's why it's also the most read book in the world, with over 6 billion copies in circulation. Let's look at the most fascinating prophecy about a character with life-altering consequences: Jesus as the Redeemer or Messiah. We'll look at 5 key prophecies, although there are over 300 regarding this topic. First, we find the virgin birth, Isaiah 7:14. Place of birth in Bethlehem, Micah 5:2. Betrayal for 30 pieces of silver, Zechariah 11:12-13. Crucifixion, Psalm 22, Isaiah 53. And resurrection, Psalm 16:10, Hosea 6:2. Let's try and calculate probabilities for messianic prophecies as best we can. In this probability chart, we end up with 1 chance in 100 quadrillion, 1 in 10 to the 17th power. Do you realize what just happened here? Do you understand the magnitude of one person fulfilling these 5 key prophecies? 1 chance in 100 quadrillion. To put 1 chance in 100 quadrillion, 1 in 10 to the 17th power, into visual terms, let's scale it with everyday analogies. Grains of sand. Imagine all the grains of sand on Earth's beaches, estimated at about 7.5 times 10 to the 18th power. Picking one exact grain out of that is close to the scale of 1 in 100 quadrillion. Stars in the Milky Way. There are about 1 times 10 to the 11th power stars. If you had 1,000 Milky Ways, choosing one specific star at random would be about the same odds. Seconds in history. 100 quadrillion seconds is about 3 billion years. So the probability is like picking one exact second out of all the seconds since life first appeared on Earth. Lottery comparison: winning the Powerball jackpot is about 1 in 292 million. To match 1 in 100 quadrillion, you'd need to win the jackpot over 300,000 times in a row. Wow, these are big numbers, and as you can see, this is only the tip of the iceberg. With over 300 prophecies tied to Jesus as the Messiah that has been fulfilled, the number of zeros will be out of this world. And looking at 2,000 out of 2,500 prophecies being fulfilled, I don't know if there are enough zeros on this planet to add to the answer. This makes the Bible like no other book on the earth regarding accuracy and predicting the future. One can also argue that if a book is so accurate about something, there must be a measure of truth in it, as it's out of this world. Truth is tied to accuracy and makes one believe in something. The Bible, being truthful in prophecies, radiates truth and enlightenment to the world. That should make all people on earth worship this extraordinary book that can predict the future from the past. For example, if you should seek a fortune teller who can lay out your future perfectly to the last minute of your death, how much value would you put into such a person? And yet here we have a book that has no equality, a book we should believe wholeheartedly as the truth. And just a side note on the topic of fortune telling, the Bible explicitly prohibits fortune telling, divination, and practices that attempt to predict the future through occult means. Deuteronomy 18:10-12, Leviticus 19:31, Isaiah 8:19. Getting back to key elements that make a book amazing, the Bible stands out head and shoulders above all as the king of reality, having amazing stories, plots, and twists that can be backed by eyewitness accounts and archaeological discoveries. In essence, one can argue it stands out as the most accurate book in the world, looking at all the prophecies, written by God-inspired authors moved by the Holy Spirit. I trust and pray that this video will open your eyes so that you'll look at the Bible from a different perspective and not just see it as another book out there. Find it as your compass of truth for life, guiding you in the right direction and leading you to eternal life.